Okay, hello class. Today I'm going to be dictating and explaining lesson 25 continued. So if you all want to open your books to page 161, and remember you got to read this to yourselves because this is difficult. So I want to make sure that you all read it to yourselves and understand it and then listen to my lecture, okay? So page 161, I'll give you a couple of minutes to get your books out. And it's large numbers. So real quickly, I'm reading from your book. You should write numbers according to how you want them to translate. Sometimes you will want all words, example 1 million, because it would be hard if somebody says I want to win $1 million, you're not going to put the 1,000,000. So it's easier just to write the word 1 million. Sometimes all digits, an example, and with all the zeros, just depends how you want it to translate. And sometimes a combination of digits and words, example 1 million, the number 1 with the word million. Different usages are appropriate for different types of jobs. CAT systems have different ways of dealing with numbers. The number comma presented on page 156 will work with all CAT systems. However, this is not the most efficient way to write numbers because it is not the way you usually hear them. Generally, you will hear 1,000, not 1,000. So we first just write what we hear, and then later on, during preparation of your transcript, you put in the commas. But some good writers are able to write the commas in at that time. It just depends, you all. And so this is introducing you to the commas for large numbers and how to shorten it up, okay? So it says some CAT systems will translate the numbers by using the following methods, while others will inevitably have a few glitches. By assigning the outlines presented in this section to dictionary entries specific to each CAT system, however, you should be able to get a workable number translation. Since some CAT systems already accommodate the methods presented in this section, which were very closely followed but improved upon traditional reporting techniques, most, if not all, should develop the technology in the near future. So we've got all words or digit plus the word, okay? So it says when writing numbers in which part of the number should be transcribed as a word, use the following outlines in conjunction with the digit or word. So you've got 100 is HUN, okay? And so let me just make this a little bit smaller. 100 is HUN. You've got 1,000 is THOU. Million is a wonderful one. It's just ML. So the same for billion is just BL. The beginning part of B is billion. So then the L for the L, because it has 2 L's in it. You've got trillion is TRL. So make sure you know these. Very, very important. Okay, I can't stress how important they are. So all words, if you want it to translate as all words, you're going to write 100. Okay? If you want it to translate as 1,000, you're going to write 1 and then 1,000. So make sure you know this is for big numbers. 1 million is WUNML. You want words to come out. 1 billion is BL. 1 trillion is WUNTRL. Okay? Make sure you know these, you all. They're for big numbers because sometimes you might be in a case where they're just reading off numbers and numbers and numbers, and you have to be able to get it because if your recorder fails, you have to be able to write these numbers just with your machine. So make sure that you all learn these numbers, okay? So for 100th, you're going to write 1 WN. 100th, you add the T asterisk for the TH. 1,000th, you're going to write the WUN THOU T asterisk for the 1,000th. THOU asterisk, okay? You've got 1 millionth. WN, million is ML, put the T asterisk for the millionth. Okay? You've got 1 billionth, WN billionth is BLT asterisk. 1 trillionth is WUN. Trillionth is TRLT asterisk. So there's a little pattern that follows in these words, okay? So make sure you know them. And then if you want the digit plus the word, all you're going to write is the number 1 with your number bar. So we're going to write 100 on the second column is going to be 1, and then 100 is always going to be the same, HUN. Okay? And then just on and on. Stays the same. You're using the number bar. So make sure you understand that. The bottom of 161, it says, as mentioned before, numbers may be written using the number bar and the special number comma. The drawback of this method is that numbers are not always heard in the way they are to appear in the transcript. This is especially true with very large numbers. For example, the number 1013 is usually pronounced 1013 or 1013. Note, never include the and when writing numbers. You don't have to include that, just the numbers. Just make sure you get the numbers, okay? So you never write and, just drop it. Just don't worry about the and. You want to focus on getting those numbers correctly. So we've got, no matter which method you use, if writing or written using digits alone, this number will be written 1. Remember, for big numbers, you're using the RBGZ, 0, 1, 3. So let's write it. So 1, RBGZ, and then you've got, that's your comma to attach everything, 0, and then 1, 3. Okay? And let's do that again, just because I didn't hit the paragraph. So we're going to write 1, RBGZ, and we're going to write 0, and we're going to write 1, 3. Okay? There you go. So the comma, for the big numbers, it's all about the spacing. The spacing, very important, okay? And just a minute, y'all, sorry. Hi, I don't know if you can hear me, Sylvia, but I'm recording for another class. Okay? So real quickly, y'all, going on to page 162, we've got numbers. Large numbers are best written as they are heard because the bottom line is to get down what was said. And this is very often not leaving time to format numbers, and it's using special symbols, reorder the numbers, etc. The method for writing large numbers presented below more closely follows the way numbers are spoken and thus heard by the stenotypist. Okay? A minute, you all. Okay, so we've got numbers. 100 is HURBGS for big numbers. 1,000 is THOURBGS. You've got 100,000. So 100 and then 1,000.
Yeah, it's on. No.
We've got million is MIRBGS for big numbers. 100 million is HURBGS, MIRBGS. Billion for big numbers is BIRBGS. And then you've got trillion for big numbers, TRIRBGS. So make sure you know those, okay? TRIRBGS. So this is when they're talking about big, big numbers, okay? You all, very important that you all get this concept done. In the following examples, the shortest way to write numbers will be shown. Example 123 is 123, not 1, come back 2, come back 3. It's 1, 2, 3 all together. You can always write each digit separately if you so desire. So for example, we have the word 100. So you could either write it 1 and then 0, 0, or you could write 1, this is a shortcut, 100. Okay? So it's all up to you all. 942, you could write 942. Like that. Let me do 942. Okay. Or we could write 900 with the comma 42. Depending on how you all want to do it, okay? Totally up to you. I would just do the number bar on that one. So it goes on, and it gives you other examples. So you could write 100,000. You could write 100,000. Okay? $100,000. Okay, like that. however you want to do it. This is just optional ways of writing big numbers, okay? If we wanted to write 1 million, instead of writing all the 000 zeros, you could just write 1 MIRBGS. See how easy that is? Instead of writing all the 000. So this is a shortcut for the big, big numbers like 1 trillion. We don't want to keep writing TR, 0000. So you're just going to write 1 and then TRIRBGS, and it'll give it to you. Okay, so very, very helpful. So it says that they're in an asterisk. Zeros are not included when not spoken. In the asterisk examples above, a number occurs after 0. Some CAT systems can accommodate this while others cannot. If you find that your CAT system cannot translate numbers correctly using the outline shown, you will need to include the zeros when writing the numbers. So numbers must be written with extreme care, whether using CAT software or transcribing by hand. If you make mistakes while writing numbers, it is next to impossible to determine which number was spoken, because any number would make sense if you use context to solve the problem. The above method of writing what you hear makes accurate writing much easier. So this is just because this is what we're hearing, and it's very, very important that you all actually use this shortcut. It's going to help, okay? If you do not write numbers as you want them to translate, or if your CAT system does not deal well with numbers, no matter which method you use to write them, you will have to edit the numbers during the scoping phase of the transcript production. So this saves time, you all. Go over it over and over till it makes sense, and keep covering it. And here we go, going on to page 163. So now we've got dollars and cents. At the very top, the following words and symbols are used to represent dollars and cents. So the word dollar is written D-L-A-R, dollar, D-L-A-R, just for the word dollar, okay? So if I wanted to get the punctuation symbol, I take out D-L-A-R and take out the A, and it's the punctuation. So this kind of follows the other punctuation symbols that we use for cents, dollars. So cent, I have 1 cent to my name. This is a sound alike, so it's going to be a little different. I have 1 cent to my name is K-R-E-N-T. Okay, 1 cent. That's how you would write it. But we have to change it up a little bit because it's a sound alike. So cents is written S-T-S for the punctuation symbol. Okay, and then you've got, if they say 25 cents, the point you can use it. So 25 cents, you just put the P-N-T with an asterisk, okay? There are 2 ways to write dollar figures. One way is to write the dollar figure as you would type it on a typewriter. That is, include the special symbols in the series exactly where they will be in the final transcript. The other way is to write the dollar figure as you hear it, as it is spoken. So very important that it's how you hear it. Writing dollars and cents as typed. This method will work on all CAT systems. The major drawback to this method, however, is that dollar figures are rarely spoken as they should be written. That is, the word dollars is never or very rarely spoken before the actual dollar amount. So you all have to remember that. You don't put in English, when we type it on a transcript, we put the dollar sign first, okay? And then you put the amount. So $1 to my name, you could put it like that. But they don't say $1. We know to do that way, okay? The major drawback to this method, however, is that dollar figures are rarely spoken as they should be written. That is, the word dollars is never or very rarely spoken before the actual dollar amount. To write dollar figures using the strict method, you must write the dollar sign first and then the number. If cents are involved, you must write the PNT asterisk after the dollar amount but before the set amount, and then write the cent figure. So this is just really for clearing up your notes, for making it easier when you're going back to transcribe everything, and it's just cleaner writing. So $10 is going to be written the dollar sign first and then 10. Okay, that's how that's written. $275, first the dollar sign, DLR. Okay, and then we've got 275. So you can write the 2 and the 7 together. I'm looking at the number bars, sorry, 2 and the 7, and then we've got the 5 over here. Okay, so make sure that you all realize how the dollar sign is used. 25 cents is 25. And then cents is STS for the punctuation. STS, okay? Breaking it up so you can see it. $32.02. That's how you would write it. The PNT is with the asterisk, the dollar sign first. And then $6,999.99 is going to be written DLR 6 RBGZ because it's a big number. You want it to attach 999 point PNT 99. So this is a hard lesson, you all. Make sure that you all go over it, that you reread it. And then it says writing dollars and cents as spoken. Some but not all CAT systems can accommodate the following method of writing dollar figures. If yours can't, you will have to correct the numbers during the scoping phase of transcript production. This method involves writing the dollar symbol when it is heard. Never write "and" when writing dollar figures. Even if spoken, example, $1.02, $1.02 is only written 1.02 and then you have the dollar cents, okay? Since this method involves writing numbers as heard, you will write numbers in the manner presented on pages 161, 162. Note, the plural form is used dollars and cents, even if you only have $1 or 1 cent. Okay, so they have examples to use when writing $10, $10.99. So look at your book. It shows you how to write them, and at the very bottom it says, you may also write dollar figures using this system for writing large numbers by including the dollar sign first if you have time. So when they're going to say a dollar amount, if you have time to remember, you write DLR, okay? Later on, you're going to have to write it. So make sure that you all go over everything and that you have your reader in Blackboard for completing the homework assignment. Very, very important. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dictate some of last night's homework assignment. So I'm going to go back to that. Let me know if you have any questions. So I'm actually going over some briefs now. 157. Remember, American is MERN. M-E-R-N is American. MERN. Average is AVRJ. Average. You've got record, R-O-R-D. At least is T-L-A-E-S. Miles per hour is MERP. Year old is Y-long E-R-L-D. Okay? So those are those briefs. And then you've got 25-1, the sentences there. And let me see if I see any words that I can give you all. Glacier is glacier, 2 strokes. Minute is M-I-N asterisk. If you like that, pick it up. Minute, M-I-N asterisk. Mortgage is M-O-R-J. Mortgage, M-O-R-J. This is hard, you all. Second, S-E-K-D. You've got and remember, you're going to write what you hear, but you've got to look at your notes, hopefully, when you completed this homework assignment, okay? Brother, B-R-O-E-R. I was, I-F-S. Take your time and make sure you listen to this as many times as you need to, okay? Okay, so this is some practice on your numbers. So get your machines. I'll give you a couple of minutes to get them, and I'll come right back, and I'm going to dictate 25-1, okay? Okay, here we go, you all. Hopefully your machines are all hooked up. You're going to just focus on the ground, on the wall, and write what you hear, okay? It's tough. It's numbers, okay? Remember, I don't say I was born on 3/12 or 3/12. You have to know where to put the slashes in, okay? Here we go. 60 words a minute, 25-1. I was paid in 5s, 10s, and 20s. Did you want a 10 or 20-foot ladder? Meet me on the corner of 5th and 33rd. Only 3% of the Earth's water is fresh water. On 3/12/70, the voting age was changed from 21 to 18. In 1/3 of the paper mills, only waste paper is used. I'm 99.9% sure her 12-year-old brother is in the 7th grade. Ice caps and glaciers make up 99.5% of all the fresh water on Earth. These statistics were recorded 1989.79, 1990 1.01, 1991.09, and 1992 1.25. If you're an average American, 1/3 of your garbage is packaging you throw out. Over 45% of their pay is used to pay their 25-year first mortgage and their 10-year second mortgage. On April 17, 1988, the World Track and Field Marathon record of 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 50 seconds was set. The mile was first run under 4 minutes, 3:59.4 on March 24, 1954. A new record was set on February 27, 1983 of 3.49.78 minutes. In 1987, 130,873 people were hurt by toys. 116,454 were hurt in the bathtub or shower. 36,248 were hurt by chainsaws, and 91,000 664,000 by skateboards. In 1988, only 7% got at least 97% correct on their first try of the speed test. In 1989, 10% scored 97% or higher. 1990, 15%. 1991, 23%. And 1992, 32%. The highest speed recorded for swimming was 5.04 miles per hour on March 28, 1988. The highest speed recorded for skateboarding was 71.79 miles per hour. On May 5, 1979, the highest speed for skiing downhill was 139,030 miles per hour on March 10, 1988. Okay? Okay, so we've got now, like I said, this is very, very, very tough. So some words that come out, you have marathon is marathon, M-A-R-T-H-O-N. You've got, keep listening to it over and over until you can get it. The contraction is Y-O-U-R with an asterisk? Yes, Y-O-U-R with an asterisk. Remember the percent sign is P-K-T, initial P, final K-T. You've got brother is B-R-O-E-R, brother, B-R-O-E-R. You've got skiing, ski is S-K long E, come back Y, G. Okay, S-K long E, come back G. So it's tough. Let me go now at 70 words per minute, okay? 70 words per minute. Find a focal point. Here we go. I was paid in 5s, 10s, and 20s. Did you want a 10 or 20-foot ladder? Meet me on the corner of 5th and 33rd. Only 3% of the Earth's water is fresh water. On 3/12/70, the voting age was changed from 21 to 18. In 1/3 of the paper mills, only waste paper is used. I'm 99.9% sure her 12-year-old brother is in the 7th grade. Ice caps and glaciers make up 99.5% of all the fresh water on Earth. These statistics were recorded. 1989.79, 1990, 1.01, 1991, 0.09, and 1992, 1.12. 25. If you're an average American, 1/3 of your garbage is packaging you throw out. Over 45% of their pay is used to pay their 25-year first mortgage and their 10-year second mortgage. On April 17, 1988, the World Track and Field Marathon record of 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 50 seconds was set. The mile was first run under 4 minutes. 3:59.4 on March 24, 1954. A new record was set on February 27, 1983 of 3:49.78 minutes. In 1987, 130,873 people were hurt by toys. 116,454 were hurt in the bathtub or shower. 36,248 were hurt by chainsaws, and 91,664 by skateboards. In 1988, only 7% got at least 97% correct on their first try of the speed test. In 1989, 10% scored 97% or higher. 1990, 15%. 1991, 23%. And 1992, 32%. The highest speed recorded for swimming was 5.04 miles per hour on March 28, 1988. The highest speed recorded for skateboarding was 71.79 miles per hour on May 5, 1979. The highest speed for skiing downhill was 139,030 miles per hour on March 10, 1988. And remember, you all, miles per hour, that's tough, is MIRP, MERP, M-I-R-P, miles per hour. You've got February, don't forget your months, FEV, February. You've got March is M-A-R with an asterisk. You've got May is M-long-A with an asterisk. Okay, don't forget those. And then you have statistics is stroked out, statistic, come back S. Okay, at least I think I'm using the easiest stroke, where you don't have to remember to put in an asterisk. You just write T-L-A-E-S, okay? Very important. And then go over that as many times as you need to. I'm going to do a little bit of speed building. I have a little bit of time. I cannot stress how important your numbers are, okay? So I'm going on to some sentences. I'm going to go faster. They're a little tougher. I want you to be prepared for your tests. So these are going to be rhyming sentences and it's going to be at 80, 90. You know what? I'll do 70, 80, and 90, okay? For whatever time I have left. So they're not in your book, but if you can keep up with these, you'll keep up with your familiar ones, okay? So find a focal point. Let me see what pages. Let me give you some words. Just a minute. 4, 5. Okay. So this is 70, 80, 90. Make sure you include your punctuation. These will help you pass your test, okay? Here we go. Find a focal point. Have your dictionaries hooked up, but don't look at it. And it's from lessons 4 through 6. Okay, here we go. You'll find a focal point. Have to go faster because your tests are at 80 words a minute. Here we go. Include punctuation. Is the rug red? The pups can hurt the cats. Wet a rag. The cops are with the chap. Pet the soft cat. The cab is stopped at the curb. The cub is curled up. Are the hard eggs chopped? The thugs with the wet raft pulled up, robbing us. A scab, a cut, or a wart can throb. The car stopped. Is the cop stopping the red hot rod? Are the pelts part of a rat, a cat, a stag, or a hog? A curt word with a sharp sword can start a war. Her parting shot hurt us. Are the sports cars stopping? The chap is short. Her pups are with the cat. Is the top part of her skull hard or soft? A cat can stop the rats. The chap chugging a pop held a hot sub. Her pals are at the welding shop. The hag with the wart is at the hut. Is the chap at the pub? Are the hard rats padded? The tots are with her. The chap hurled the sharp rod. Rubbing a scab can hurt. The staff prepped the skull with the pad, scrubbing hard. The studded sword is sort of warped. Fred did fib. The bird bit the fat frog with a swift clip. Dad dipped the mad mutt. Are the bugs buzzing? Lots of brats are bragging. Drugs can kill. Is the ship full? Sis is flirting with the lad. Are the cups filled? The rats fled the flipped ship. Dad is hopping mad at her. The melting crab dip is dripping. Is the kid with the cleft lip slapping the bad brat? Sis fed the ill dog its pill. Smut can mar a shirt. Is the bed wet? The script is filled with dull, drab plots. The fog lifted. Is the world flat? A tub of slop spilled. Her sis is lifting the lid, whipping the lard. Dad can smell the hot fig tarts. The dolls with the ragged wigs are drab. Are the pit bulls killing the pigs? Little tough. And here we go. Shake out your fingers. This will be at 80 words per minute. Same sentences, okay? Include your punctuation, you all. I'm saying pal, P-A-L. People sometimes, what are you saying? Pal, sorry. I know I pronounce it differently. Here it goes. 80 words a minute. Is the rug red? The pups can hurt the cats. Wet a rag. The cops are with the chap. Pet the soft cat. The cab is stopped at the curb. The cub is curled up. Are the hard eggs chopped? The thugs with the wet raft pulled up, robbing us. A scab, a cut, or a wart can throb. The car stopped. Is the cop stopping the red hot rod? Are the pelts part of a rat, a cat, a stag, or a hog? A curt word with a sharp sword can start a war. Her parting shot hurt us. Are the sports cars stopping? The chap is short. Her pups are with the cat. Is the top part of her skull hard or soft? A cat can stop the rats. The chap chugging a pop held a hot sub. Her pals are at the welding shop. The hag with the wart is at the hut. Is the chap at the pub? Are the hard rafts padded? The tots are with her. The chap hurled the sharp rod. Rubbing a scab can hurt. The staff prepped the skull with the pad, scrubbing hard. The studded sword is sort of wart. Fred did fib. The bird bit the fat frog with a swift clip. Dad dipped the mad mutt. Are the bugs buzzing? Lots of brats are bragging. Drugs can kill. Is the ship full? Sis is flirting with the lad. Are the cups filled? The rats fled the flipped ship. Dad is hopping mad at her. The melting crab dip is dripping. Is the kid with the cleft lip slapping the bad brat? Sis fed the ill pill to the dog. Smut can mar a shirt. Is the bed wet? The script is filled with dull, drab plots. The fog lifted. Is the world flat? A tub of slop spilled. Her sis is lifting the lid, whipping the lard. Dad can smell the hot fig tarts. The dolls with the ragged wigs are drab. Are the pit bulls killing the pigs? Excuse me, you all. Okay, and so we've got 90 words a minute, okay? Here we go, 90 words a minute. Is the rug red? The pup can hurt the cats. Wet a rag. The cops are with the chap. Pet the soft cat. The cab is stopped at the curb. The cub is curled up. Are the hard eggs chopped? The thugs with the wet raft pulled up, robbing us. A scab, a cut, or a wart can throb. The car stops. Is the cop stopping the red hot rod? Are the pelts part of a rat, a cat, a stag, or a hog? A curt word with a sharp sword can start a war. Her parting shot hurt us. Are the sports cars stopping? The chap is short. Her pups are with the cat. Is the top part of her skull hard or soft? A cat can stop the rats. The chap chugging a pop held a hot sub. Her pals are at the welding shop. The hag with the wart is at the hut. Is the chap at the pub? Are the hard rafts padded? The tots are with her. The chap hurled the sharp rod. Rubbing a scab can hurt. The staff prepped the skull with the pad, scrubbing hard. The studded sword is sort of warped. Fred did fib. The bird bit the fat frog with a swift clip. Dad dipped the mad mutt. Are the bugs buzzing? Lots of brats are bragging. Drugs can kill. Is the ship full? Sis is flirting with the lad. Are the cups filled? The rats fled the flipped ship. Dad is hopping mad at her. The melting crab dip is dripping. Is the kid with the cleft lip slapping the bad brat? Sis fed the ill dog its pill. Smut can mar a shirt. Is the bed wet? The script is filled with dull, drab plots. The fog lifted. Is the world flat? A tub of slop spilled. Her sis is lifting the lid, whipping the lard. Dad can smell the hot fig tarts. The dolls with the ragged wigs are drab. Are the pit bulls killing the pigs? Okay, and so that's it, you all. Keep on practicing to that as many times as you need to. And we want to get you all a test this week, 60 unfamiliar, so really want you to get prepared for that, okay? That's it, you all. Have a great day. Give me any feedback. Make sure you're participating in your discussion forums, okay? Have a great day, you all.